Righto. Actually Saturday morning. I've decided to come out and do something this weekend. I've got my new cutter in. I've already just had a meltdown trying to change the speeds. I'm sure the machine will do a good job and it will work okay. But it's a pain in the ass changing the belts, because different speeds you've got to move that bolt up there to a different hole so you can tension it, otherwise you can't tension the belts properly. And it just takes what should be a 20-second job into a bloody 10-minute one. So, not off to a good start already. But anyway, I'm going to try and get this done now. Once I've got this one finished, so like I said, that's a brand new, and I've slowed it down a little bit. That's 600 RPM, that should be more than enough. Where's the other cutter? You can see, I don't know if I can zoom up on that enough. Let me put it on the table. I don't know if you see that edge through the corner. But you can see not just the corner, but the cutting edge. It's garbage. And that's not a Toolmaster one, that's an all-cock. Right, shit you not, that's what it's called, all-cock. And it should be renamed all shit, because that's the same as those drills, those step drills, they're the same brand, and they're crap too. You use them twice and they're blunt. Same with the hole saws that I got. You drill through a couple of pieces of, 3 mils flat, and they're blunt. So let me get this one finished and get it machined and drilled, and then I'll pull it out and I'll have a sticky beak at it. Righto, that was a task. I'll film the next one. Sorry about that. That brand new cutter wouldn't cut it. It's 4140, but I don't think I was going too fast to damage it. The corners are stuffed, so I'm going to have to try and hand sharpen a brand new $50 bloody slot drill. So what I did was I put the 8mm carbide end mill and took some off that, because otherwise I wouldn't get down, but that's okay. That's only 8mm off. I want to take 10mm off the diameter, so maybe a little bit less than that. So I'm going to have to do the next one the same. And I think what I might do is, before I cut them in half, I might put a bit of machine the outside of this down. I don't really want to go any deeper than that, because I need somewhere to drill the holes. Yeah, that'll be fine, there'll be enough there. So I might put that in when I'm done with the other one and machine them down. But that's come out alright. Just, like I said, I just had to, where is it? There it is. Put the carbide, and had a brain fart moment. I'm going to have to change that carbide, because, idiot. See that? Whoops. Zoom out. It's forward. That's reverse. We want to go forward. So what a dickhead do? Turn the cool on and then hit reverse. So I've blunted it. I managed to get the other one finished because I had zeros and everything set, so we'll put a new one in and we'll get the other one started. That's that done. Now I'll set it up to do these Let's see, hopefully I've got enough. Let me back it out a bit. Yeah, should be enough. Right, I'll set that as my 0. Idiot. Push the wrong button. Alright, that's my 0, that's where I'm going to be drilling. But I need to come past that to give me room for the head. I'm not sure how deep we go. Okay, I pushed buttons, something was flashing. Righto, let's see what we can do. I don't know if I can stick my head in your way, hopefully not. Don't really need coolant for that carbide because you can work them a bit harder than mild steel, but use it to flush all the chips out so it doesn't dull the edge. Actually, I'll go. Wouldn't that rip the crutch out of your eye? See, I didn't have a lot of that sticking out, like in, and then I'm climb milling. I'm going to let that sit. Alright, let's try it again, eh? I won't climb it. It's better. Alright. Now, yeah, while I've got 0, I'll drill the hole. No, I won't. Screw it. I'll do the other side because I've got 0 with the other side the same as this one. You set that as my 0. Bring this to 0, so it'll be the same as the other side. Right, and that's centre. Right. Okay. Now I think that'll be right. Soon find out. going to take it out and go over the machine and machine it after I deburr it. Just hang around and we'll bring it back. Alright, what I decided with these is rather than take 10mm, I took 5. Still got to leave that flat witness, but that don't matter. That's not going to matter anything at all. So it'll be cut in half across where hang on, there. Right, it's going to be cut in half across there, and there's going to be 3. We'll put 3 on each side, or 2 on each side, so they'll be able to be spaced out. So I think that's all I'm going to do today. I mean, that's what I wanted to get up to yesterday, so before the weekend. So I might even come back out tomorrow and cut them in half. Stay tuned, we'll see what happens then. Alright, back out of here. Monday morning, I didn't do anything yesterday. What I did do this morning, I've got ready to cut these. I've marked them. Then I've match marked them. Well, not that it really matters because I only need to do one of them because I've only got 2. I just spent a good half an hour trying to find these. Couldn't find them, I was going off my brain. You know where they were? There, with that. Like that. I couldn't find them. I'm tearing this place to pieces. And I knew they wouldn't be far because I put them on this bloody table. Well, there they are. Talk about mentally disturbed. Well, there you go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the blade in. I'm going to cut one. And when I've done that, I'll bring you back and we'll talk about how I'm going to go further forward with it. Alright, I've got that split. It's not 100%, as you can see, but I don't need to worry about that because they're matched, so it still goes together fine. Although if you'll notice it looks a little bit odd because 1mm. So when I machine it, what I'm going to do, well, once I've drilled my clearance holes and tap that, I'm going to cut a piece of this. It's 1mm. Just going to mark it, cut it, and then clamp that in between it when I machine it. So that'll give me a little bit of a gap when I clamp it round the shaft. So that should work fine. I just had to put a bit of water there just to cool it down because I don't have anything in me quench container. So I'll dry this water off and we'll stick it in the vise and clearance drill it first and then tap it. Alright, I've got that done. That was a task and a half, let me tell you. That's supposed to be 4140. I don't think it is. It's hard. That's why I had trouble with the high speed steel. It took me an hour just to tap these two. I had to run the taper tap in, wherever my tap sets over there. Run the taper tap down as far as I get till it stopped, backed it out, put the intermediate, backed it out, put the plug tap, took it out, then put the taper back in, and do that continuously till I got it through the other end. This is some hard shit. It's tough. I don't know. I've never had the tap 4140 before, but I don't know. But we got there. And I've got that plate cut, as you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to machine one at a time. because of the drama and the meltdowns I had trying to get this sorted, I'm going to leave that one there for now. Machine this one, get it bolted onto the thing, and I just realised I need more 10mm bolts. Doesn't matter, I'm going to make them both the same. So once I get this machined, that'll probably do me by the time I get that sorted today. Get it clamped on, then I'll duck into town, buy a couple more. Yeah, just getting through that centre there is going to be a bit hard with the thing. I might have to unbolt it and just cut that. I'll mark it and cut it. Because I'm not going to be able to chew through that with the boring bar. So just hang on a second, let me get this sorted. Once I get up into the lathe there, I'll bring you back. That's just a light skim on there. Hasn't fully cleaned it up, but that's okay. It just get a bit closer. I'm going to take it just a touch off the outside now, just the same little tiny cut. Alright. I don't think I really want to take any more off that. It's taken a bit off here and here, but what I'm going to do now is take these jaws out, put the other jaws in. Don't know where I'll put them, but we'll stick them in as soon as I find them. Yeah, and grab from this side, and I'll start boring it out. Yes, I will. Because once I start boring, I don't want to take this back out because it's not going to run through. So we'll just grab that. This is the one we're going to use. So they're going to be custom made to fit each shaft, so that way I can measure the diameter. Yeah, so I need to bore it out. Now let me bring out wide again so I can, wrong way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bore it out that size, exactly that size. And then I will bore enough, like I'll leave enough here. So on that, so that fits in there tight, fairly tight, even if I've got to hammer fit it, or tap it, not belt it, tap fit it. And then I'll make the relief because it will stick out past there, or I might just bore it that size so it sits a little bit proud of that. It doesn't really matter. That's more than enough clamping surface right there. So let me find me jaws. Accessories. Where have I put them? For those that aren't aware, I mean some of you will be, these are all numbered. So, I don't know if you can see that. These are numbered, number 1. Now this is why I go and see a shrink every couple of weeks. These won't go in one way. They're numbered. I was trying to put it in that way. It's got to go in that way, you idiot. Seriously. Sometimes I wonder. how I even managed to draw breath. So that's in. Spin him around, we get number 2. And there's the one we're after, yep. And number 3. It's amazing how well things work when you do it the freaking right way, isn't it? Sometimes I do stupid shit. And I'm surprised I can even have enough wits about me to draw a breath. Put that where it belongs. I'll just take a little skim across there. And again, that's only just taking it, just leaving a bit of witnesses there. That's fine. It doesn't need to be any better than that. Okay, now this is where I'm going to have to try and move things, because I don't know whether you're going to be able to see. Okay, let me get my, where are we? We want that end there. It's on 0. So that is about 27.7. I have bumped that, but it's 27.7. And our hole measurement is 22.46. So let me get a clean up cut. Let me bring you back so you can see. You're not going to be able to see that. Alright, I've machined that. Now I've been having a look. That should be pretty much the same size as that, plus maybe 0.0102. So that's fine, because by the time I take that spacer, that's going to clamp nice and tight. But looking at here, that's 25.25 from there to there. That there, this spigot is about 25 or about 26, so it's bugger all. Now I want something to, I either want it to push hard up against here, or I want it to fit tightly in there, because if you see, I've got the weld in there. So what I'd need to do is machine or mill out part of that. We'll have to mill a lot of it out, actually, to be brutally honest. So I'm not sure what to do with that now. I don't want to take all that weld out, because that'll weaken it. So what I'd think, now I'm going to have to do that or machine more off this, but I don't have a whole lot on here. There's probably that much. Once I get all of the plates on, I might have to stack it with plates and see. Just give me a second, I'll stack it with plates and we'll work it out from there. Alright, I've got them on, and that's my gap there. But I'm looking at this, and I've measured it from here to that back edge is 28 mil. So what I might do is I might go and touch the boring bar on the jaw, set 0, and then come out 28mm. So I can bore this here to that size. And overall, it's only going to stick past there. That's, let me have a look. That is, I don't know if you can see that, hang on. No, you can't see. It's about 37mm. Actually, I'll try again. 36mm. Oh yeah, so that's, yeah, see, it won't be all that much past. I don't really have the capabilities to be able to machine, so I'm just going to machine at that size and come out 28mm. So that should fit in there nicely. So then once I put my jacking screws in, when I put my jacking screws in, it'll push on here. And that will go down just a touch because on the bottom one, because it's a cutting disc, it's got this little step on it. So I need to get rid of that. So that'll be about 1/2 mil difference. So that'll be fine. That'll drop that down just a touch. So all the rest of them have got the recess in here, so that'll drop down just a touch, but that'll be fine. That'll give me a little bit of leeway in case I rather err on the side of going plus on this. And I don't want to have to, if I can help it, have to machine that out. I might have just got a little bit of spatter in there. But I'll see first. So let me just set this up. I'll take this out 28mm from this face back, and that's where I'll stop the cut to bring it to that size there. Stay tuned. Alright, there we go, I got it. I had to put it back in, just face a touch off that. But that's, I had to hit that with a rubber hammer to get it to go in. So they're all tight now, but once I put the forcing screws in, I'll be able to pull up a little bit tighter. The only thing I was considering, and I still may do, is because when I want to put like a shit ton of pressure on that. So I was thinking about putting a gusset there and there to stop these from peeling on the other one. I'll look at that once I've got the other one finished. But I think that's going to do for the day. I've got a headache, a stress headache. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that turned out. You can see there's just a light gap, or there will be, because I used 1mm disc to cut it, and there's a little bit more on the other side, but I can sort of, finagle it, back one off, tighten the other up, but it doesn't really matter. Once it's done properly, they're going to be done FT with Loctite, and then these will be done up FT with Loctite and a lock nut. So that should be. I mean, I know I've got to sort all those out there, not in the right sequence. So I'm quite happy with how that turned out, considering it was a slightly shorter day. I had an appointment in town this morning, so that's worked well. I'm pretty happy with how that's going. So tomorrow I'm going to get the other one done, cut it, tap it, machine it, bore it, face it, get it on the other one, get all of these fitted properly, because some of them are a little bit dodgy, so I just go in the corners with the die grinder, just take a 15th of an inch out of the corners and they slide on, so just a slight touch in the corners, so, and they fit on quite nice. And then what I'll do, once I've got them finished, I'll pull it all apart again so that I can sort these. Like, I want to put all of these spaces on one, tighten them on, like clamp them on, and then stick them in the lathe and just make sure they're all concentric. And then I'm going to do the same with the cutters, do the same with those, make sure they're all concentric, and then we will be assembling them for the last time. That's when I start putting the bearings and start making the frame to mount it on. So yeah, so stay tuned, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. Alright, good morning, back at it. I've been at it for a little while and I've got this other one done. I'm having a bit of trouble getting it on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off that and that will go in nice. This one I had trouble getting it on too, but I'd already ground a little bit off, that bit off the bottom of that one. But what I think I might do now, and I've got a match marked, so I can't mix them up. And they're a little bit different, like the centre height's a little bit different between here and that step. Only about 1/4 mil, but what I might do is set up the magnetic chuck on the mill and clean that up, pull this all apart, clean that bottom one up, and then I might measure them. And I said I've got a couple there I can do a test on. I might see how I go getting them to the same thickness. And either way, it doesn't matter even if I take these off all of them, because there's a 1/2 mil step on those spaces, so to cover that, or 1 mil, something like that. So let me have a think about it, because I might even do that before I finish these, before I drill these. And I am going to cut some 10 mil flat and make gussets. I'm going to put 3 gussets on each, like towards the edge, because that's where it's obviously where it's not joined, and in the middle. So then we'll have one forcing screw there and one forcing screw there. That's going to stop them from bending when I tighten them, because like I said, they're going to be friggin' tight. I was going to try and do those, but what I'll do, because like I said, once I get these together, I'd like to keep them together. They're heavy as bloody hell too, let me tell you. I will then sort these out. But you know, I'm going to be on it today and for a bit longer than normal, and tomorrow, because I've got a lot of work to do out the front out there. Well, if the rain allows it. We're supposed to get a shit ton of rain this weekend, so got to dig the footings for my new carport. So just let me sort some stuff out and we'll come back. Alright, got those on. This is the only one I got right, because if you can see, the teeth go in a spiral backwards. This thing is all over the place. It's like a mad woman's breakfast. So I've got to take them back off anyway. So, but it took a little bit of fiddling around to get them, but I got them. So, and I only had to machine one. I checked all of the spaces, and they're all with plus or minus, say 0.04, so it's 1/1000 of an inch, and there's none under 11 inches. Now I checked nearly all of these, and none are over 11 inches. They're all just under, or 0.2 under. So all my clearances should be fine. Should be. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these back off. I'll pull them up tight just to make sure everything pulls up tight. And that's, I mean, yeah, that's not, but that's fine, because that's what the forcing screws are for. This one, a little bit the same. So once I get the forcing screws in and the gussets on, I don't know, I'm a little bit leery about putting the gusset here because it's so close to that bloody, I don't know. What I'll do is I'll drill and tap these, and then I'll put the screws in and do them up tight and see how these behave. There's one way of telling. Just hang on 1 second. Alright, ready to start drilling. I've marked them all out. I've got the drill, 10 mil. That's what we're going to drill for M12 tap. Well, it's a little bit over 10, but we'll see how we go. This is only mild steel, so I shouldn't have too many problems with it. Yeah. So I'll put you in the stand and we'll drill some holes. I'm actually going to drill pilots in them all first.
Alright, now I'll try and tap them. But thankfully, that's mild steel. With a brand new spiral tap. It's the only sharp 12mm I've got. That's what when I tried to tap those other ones, is that brand new 10mm spiral. And that was very little pressure. So if this 12mm breaks, then you may just get a tantrum on camera. So there we go. I might have to drop that flat. Now the biggest problem is getting it so it's square. Even though I didn't drill all that friggin' square, I don't know if you would have taken a lot of notice, but that table bends when you put any pressure on it. This could be a little bit of a pain because it's a little smaller than the proper drilling size. Should be fine though, because it's mild steel, so that looks like it's going to tap fine. Some decent cutting fluid would be good. I've ordered some Traflex, but that won't be here for probably another week, so. Alright, I'll get the other, I'll tap the other one and I'll bring it back when I'm finished. Okay, I've got those on. They're tight and it has pushed it. I don't know whether it's pushed them in. I don't think it's bent. So I think what I might do, just put one gusset on each side. But if we get it go slow, it's not too bad, but those spaces I'm going to have to do like I was going to do initially and put them all on one and machine, because you can see there's one spacer in it that's out by about 1/4 mil, at least 1/2 mil maybe. I'll put them all on and I can get them all to run dead parallel, and then I'll put them, when I put them back together the second time, I will take a wash off that. There's a little bit of play that way too, but I think when I reassemble them I'm going to clean them up, make sure there's no burrs, no grit, no swarf, bolting, and there's nothing I can do about that. It's going to have to stay like that. Just see what happens when I mesh them. So what I might do now is take that off and then strip them again. I've done that one up as well. It seemed to lift, I don't know whether it's lifted or whether it's just pushed them down. So I think I might have kicked it a little. It has kicked it a little bit. That's okay. I'll loose them off and then pull them up tighter. I mean, it's all going to settle as I tighten and relax it and then nip it up. Once I undo all that, they'll probably pull up a bit tighter again. And I'll give that a bit of a tap with a hammer. And it sounds very, very solid. That's solid. So that's pretty good progress. But before I call it a day here, I'm going to do all those spaces. I might even do it on that one. Yeah, I've got to take them all off anyway. I just got to remember when I put them back together, so they're like that, so they've got, you know, a curve. Alright, Give me a minute and I'll bring you back when I'm ready to do something. Alright, got him in ready to go. I don't know how that light's going to work because I'm in the way. And let me get some light on the subject. How's that? That's better. Alright, now as you can see they're a little bit all over the shop. So what I'm going to do is just skim it down to clean up. Could take, I don't know, maybe a mil, which is fine. I've got plenty of adjustment to move in and out, so it's not a drama. So let me get this going. As you can see, it's all over the place. So I'll just keep going, maybe half a mil at a time. Close. I think I'll just take another quarter of, like half a mil off the diameter, so it's only taking a quarter of a mil cut. But I think one more will pretty much do that. That's going to be close enough, I think. Now that looks pretty good. There's a little bit there, a little bit there. I don't know. You can see how far out that is out around. So all these were machined the same. Same settings on the other mill and on the other lathe. But this goes to show how far out of kilter that other gear was. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to take more. I want to get that a little bit closer. I want to get a bit closer. I think that'll do. Let's have a look. So you just got that slight wetness there and that one there. I think that'll be fine. That's heavy. I put those on after I put the bar in, because even lifting the ones with the cutters in, it's bloody heavy. I mean, I'm going to have to do it anyway when I want to machine the outside of the cutters, but the less stress you've got to put yourself under, the better. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it at that for the day. And come back tomorrow and take all these off, put gussets on these keepers. It does move a little bit, it's not too bad, but I still put gussets on there. Yeah, and then we'll get them all together, hopefully for the last time, assemble them, then I'll get them in here so I can skim the outside of the cutters. So then I'll have two rolls that are parallel to the centre line of the shaft. The only thing that bothers me a little bit is this wobble, but we'll see how we go. There is clearance. We do have clearance between them, not much, but there's a little there. But I'll address that when I come to it. If need be, if it's going to be an issue, then I'll look at shims. You can buy, you know, very, very thin shims, so I can always shim it if I need to. Hopefully I won't need to. But I think that'll do for today, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, good morning. I had every intention of getting out here today and putting in a full day, but yesterday my left foot started to play up and I got a tendonitis or something in my heel and I could hardly walk, so it's going to rest my foot today, and I might take this video off and edit it all and get it up. So yeah, unfortunately, sorry folks, but I can hardly move and it's caused me a lot of pain just coming out here. But I had to get my camera. So anyway, it is what it is. You know, when life hands you lemons, like they say, just make lemonade. So I'm going to go and make a video instead. So thanks for hanging out, and see how I go. I might be able to get back into it tomorrow. It's supposed to rain a lot here over the weekend, so I might even get more done here in the weekend. So anyway, so until the next time, as always, stay safe. Peace.